Hello everyone, welcome to my channel and a little lecture. My name is Professor Mary Hayes, and today, dear friends, we will talk about mushrooms. So, what are mushrooms? Mushrooms are a separate kingdom of living organisms, alongside kingdoms such as plants, animals, and bacteria. For a long time, they were actually classified as plants. But now, science knows that mushrooms are much closer to animals than to plants. So, what are mushrooms? Mushrooms are eukaryotes, meaning they have a nucleus. They cannot photosynthesize like plants and obtain nutrients by decomposing organic matter around them. They have no roots, no stem or leaves. Their body is usually represented by the mycelium. The mycelium in turn spreads in the soil, eat wood, or any other substrate. So, how do fungi feed? Fungi feed osmotrophically, meaning they release special enzymes outside that break down organic matter and then absorb these nutrients. This actually makes them the most important decomposers in the ecosystem. In other words, without fungi, we are nowhere. So, regarding the diversity of fungi, there are so many friends, believe me. The kingdom of fungi includes more than 150 thousand described species. And these are just the described ones. According to scientists' estimates, there could be between 2 to 5 million. So, what kinds of fungi do we have? We have cap fungi. Yes, these are, for example, like porcini mushrooms, or the fly agaric, which is drawn on our board. Mold fungi, yeast. Friends, we all know yeast, right? And where it is added and why. Parasitic fungi. What are mycorrhizal fungi? These are fungi that live in symbiosis with tree roots and form mycorrhiza. And now we will talk about the role of fungi in nature. So, as I mentioned before, fungi actively participate in the ecosystem. That is, they, meaning fungi, decompose organic matter, dead organic matter, leaves, wood, corpses, thereby releasing these substances into the soil. What other role do they have in nature? Symbiosis. Well, for example, symbiosis with tree roots, which precisely feeding the trees, which in turn form mycorrhiza, thereby improving the plant's nutrition. Parasitism. Some fungi can cause diseases in plants and animals. Well, yes, or even in us. And the most useful and important role, in my opinion, is antibiotics. In the 20th century, an antibiotic derived from a fungus was discovered, penicillin. And penicillin in turn is, my friends, a mold. These are some interesting facts we have, and a short lecture about fungi. Now I would like to show and tell you about some interesting fungi. So let's talk about interesting fungi. First, we have the squid fungus. It is also known as the devil's fingers. As it grows, it opens up and resembles squid tentacles. It smells terrible, but that's just to attract flies. So next on our list is the morel mushroom. It has a peculiar net-like shell resembling a sponge, and it is highly valued in cooking. The third mushroom is the bleeding tooth fungus. It exudes a red liquid on the surface of its cap. It looks cool. It bleeds. It's also called the bleeding tooth. The next mushroom, the glowing mushroom. This is a small mushroom that glows in the dark due to bioluminescence. It inhabits the tropics. And the last mushroom on our list is the lion's mane, a fluffy mushroom that resembles a white lion's mane. It is considered very beneficial for the nervous system and the brain. So, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this lecture about mushrooms. And see you soon. Stay tuned for new videos. Bye-bye. This was Professor Mary Hayes with you, and have a good day.